Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is Maintaining Miss Ashley. So I am currently on my way home real quick for my lunch break. So I wanted to hop on here real quick and chat with you guys with something that's been on my mind lately. And if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I will link my username below in the description box. But if you do follow me, you may have seen my story a couple days ago where I was chatting about, ranting about how people are very quick to judge, like on diets and lifestyles and stuff like that, when it comes to saying, well, that's not maintainable, so you shouldn't even do it. And for a while, I was kind of in that boat where I was like, if it's not maintainable, don't do it, because, you know, our bodies aren't meant to go up and down all the time. Within a couple pounds, yeah, like your body's gonna fluctuate, but I mean like 30 to 50 pounds like every couple months. No, our bodies don't want to do that. Our bodies like to be in homeostasis, so, you know, losing weight quickly just to gain it back and then lose it quickly and then gain it back, like our bodies don't like that. So for a while I was on that train too, and I thought, well, if drinking 2 shakes a day isn't sustainable for me, I'm not gonna do that, which is why I had stopped Herbalife and then hadn't gone back for a while. But this time around, as you guys know, I've talked about this a lot, my mindset is so different. And when it comes to saying, like, you know, okay, I lost my weight in about 2 months. So yes, that might seem like a quick fix. Doing 2 shakes a day, replacing breakfast and lunch with a shake, may seem like a quick fix. But if you followed my journey this whole entire time, you know that I was not doing this as a quick fix. So what I get frustrated at is people might say, oh, well, Herbalife doesn't work because it only works for the short term. Weight Watchers doesn't work because it only works for the short term. Or, I mean, you know, any diet, people could say, well, that's not a lifestyle, so that's not gonna work because you're just gonna gain the weight back once you stop. Okay. Well, that's actually not true, because as long as your mindset is in the right place, you're not going to gain the weight back. Sure, you might gain a pound or a couple pounds here or there, but my mindset is nowhere near where it used to be. I have a completely new and different mindset. I have a completely better mindset than I ever have had before. So, you know, I preach about how I love Herbalife and I love calorie counting. And for me, those two things are maintainable and sustainable. And I can personally live with those decisions that I have to make every single day to maintain my weight where I am. I can live with them. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody would be able to live the lifestyle I live to maintain my weight. But what frustrates me is when people personally don't think they could maintain a certain type of diet to maintain their weight, and then go after other people who say that it's a lifestyle. Well, you don't live their life. It might be a lifestyle for them. People like bash Herbalife, bash it. But I know so many people in my upline who have done Herbalife for 30 years or 20 years or 10 years or 5 years, who have done Herbalife consistently and have maintained their weight, and they love their lifestyle. So we need to stop judging. I mean, this goes for all things, because all of us judge it. I do it. We all judge people. But you know what? Like, you don't live their life. So this isn't meant to be like oh, stop judging people who do Herbalife, stop judging people who do Weight Watchers, blah, 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 blah. This isn't what this is. But what I'm trying to get across is that all of us need to find what is sustainable and maintainable for us to help us live a healthy life, but also a happy life, and have that, you know, balance between treats, but also healthy food. I will continue this on my way back to work, but I gotta go make my lunch real quick. Okay guys, so I don't remember exactly where I left off, but what I would remember I was kind of saying is, you know, I'm not trying to just come on here and like be like, you know, mean or anything like that, but I think because I've been in the point where I've like judged people and been like, well, that's just not gonna work, or like somebody's asked me, hey, do you want to try this product? And I'm like, no, because that's not gonna work, or I'm not gonna live with it, I'm not gonna do that forever, you know, yada yada yada. I think because I've been there, but then also because now for a year and a few months, like now I've been where I'm at, where, you know, I did lose my weight with a fad diet, and I still to this day use those products, and I've never felt better. I've never looked better. Like I think because I've been in both situations, I get a little upset because I know I've been on both sides. And my whole thing since I made this channel and since I've restarted and everything, my whole thing is we all have to find what works for us. And the thing is, like, we all hear, oh, well, the only reason those diets work is because they force you into a calorie deficit. Yeah, well, okay, but if doing 2 shakes a day makes something easier for someone instead of having to count their calories, because the way that the Herbalife program is you're not counting calories, you just know what you have to have a shake, a snack, a dinner, and then maybe another snack, because you know that you don't have to count your calories. And some people are in a point in their life where they don't want to count calories, but they know they need to be in a deficit. And something like Herbalife or Weight Watchers would make their life easier and they wouldn't have to think about it. And I think we all just need to like stay in our lane and like focus on what's good for us. Yeah, I think that sharing what has worked for us will help people figure out what works for them, because if we don't share, they'll never know what's out there. But I also think we need to stop saying Herbalife, or, you know, I'm just using Herbalife as an example, Nutrisystem, whatever, is a fad diet, it's not gonna work, it's not a lifestyle. Well, like, okay, I said in my Snapchat, in my Insta stories, I had said, well, Herbalife, you know, some people will come up to me like, well, I'm not gonna drink 2 shakes for the rest of my life. Okay, yeah, well, Herbalife doesn't recommend you to drink 2 shakes a day for the rest of your life. And the thing is, once you're in maintenance, and this is something people don't know, and I think they don't know. I think I think as a whole, we're ignorant to the fact that we don't really know much about maintenance because nobody talks about maintenance. And when you're in maintenance, you can eat a good amount of calories and maintain your weight. So realistically, with Herbalife, I don't even always have my shake as breakfast. Sometimes I have my shake as my post-workout. Sometimes I have my shake as a snack. Sometimes I have it as dessert. You have to figure out what works for you, and you have to stick with it. So, you know, if Herbalife doesn't work for you, then okay, you have to move on to the next thing and figure out what works for you. But you have to stay consistent with it. And, you know, I guess I'm kind of just ranting right now and kind of just talking, and I don't know if I'll post this, but, you know, I just wish people would stop judging other people on what they're doing, because, you know, it kind of is also like the thing where, like, nobody cares when you're eating McDonald's all the time, but then the second you start doing something like Herbalife, they're like, well, what is in that? Is that safe? What's in that? Is that safe? Well, it's not any, like, you know, like, one, it's none of their business, and two, it's like, well, wait, one, yeah, Herbalife is safe, and it has extreme, like, amounts of vitamins and minerals in it that are good for us, but two, who's to say that McDonald's is good for me and you don't care when I'm eating McDonald's? You know, it's like one of those things. So I don't know. I think maybe I should have like got my thoughts together more before I came on here, but I've just been seeing a lot of people talking about you have to find something that's maintainable. Well, to me, this is maintainable. So if this is maintainable to me, that who's to say that that's not maintainable for somebody else? You know, just because you don't find it maintainable doesn't mean it's not maintainable. I don't know, guys. That's just my tea, you know? My coffee. That's just my take on it. Okay, guys, so I just worked out and ate my post-workout and was rewatching my videos from this afternoon to see if I wanted to add anything or if I needed to edit anything, which we all know I don't really edit anything. But I did want to add a few closing thoughts to what I ranted with this afternoon. So, I have to collect my thoughts. I literally, as I was watching, I was like, oh, I need to add this, I need to add this, I need to add this. I was putting dishes away as I was thinking, and I didn't write it down. But, okay. So one thing I want to add is, you know, when in the beginning of this video, I was talking about how when I was in a pretty bad spot in my life and trying to figure out what I wanted to do to like lose weight, you know, Herbalife was always in the back of my mind, but I thought, well, if I couldn't maintain it before, why would I try it again? But you know, you never know until you try. And I'm not saying to continue to try things that failed you in the past, but Herbalife has been the best thing for me. I cannot imagine my life without it right now. Like, my life is so much better than it used to be. I feel so much better about myself than I used to. Sorry about my ghetto nails. I gotta take these off. And you have to realize that some people need to start out with something that might be considered a fad diet. So we all know, and I feel like this video might seem a little hypocritical of me, considering I talk about finding something that is maintainable for you. But then again, it's not hypocritical because I'm just preaching about how, you know, just because something's not maintainable to you does not mean it's not maintainable to that person. And I really think we just need to let people figure out what is maintainable for them. And I think I just get a little upset about the whole, like, you know, people saying that MLMs aren't sustainable. And this is the longest I have maintained a weight loss. In fact, it's the only time I've maintained a weight loss. And I feel healthy. I feel happy. Guys, I eat Dairy Queen every single weekend. Most of the time I eat Olive Garden every single weekend. If my friends want to go out, I go out. But every other time of my life, like when I don't have a special event or something, I'm on track. But Herbalife taught me that. And yes, it came from within, and it came from being disciplined, and like, this is just my lifestyle now. But if you've watched me this whole year and a quarter, whatever it's been, you know that I have been disciplined and I haven't stopped, and I've continued to do this. And my whole thing is, you know, if somebody needs to start out with a, you know, fad diet, as everybody calls it, because it makes it easier for them, because, you know, counting calories can be a lot for people. Counting macros can be a lot for people. And if you have an extreme amount of weight to lose, I don't think you should be shamed because you're trying to do something to, you know, better yourself. Like, yeah, would it be great if everybody started in a slight deficit to lose their weight? Yeah, that'd be great. But, you know, when you are 100 pounds overweight, I've never been there, so I don't know, but I'm just, you know, thinking, you can see that when people are overweight, like so extremely overweight, they need something, and they need something basic, and they need something that's easy for them to follow. And if Herbalife is that, or if Weight Watchers is that, or if Nutrisystem is that, or if Shakeology is that, then I don't think we should shame them for trying to better themselves. And that's what I think I'm trying to get across, because I am 100% for somebody to find something that is maintainable and sustainable for them. And personally, I do think counting calories is the most sustainable and maintainable way to lose weight. And I do think that we should all start out in the highest deficit that we can, so that we can, you know, build on that. Because if you start off at 1,200 calories, then, you know, you can't get much lower than 1,200 calories. So if your maintenance calories are, you know, 2,500 calories, then maybe start at 2,000 calories, and you're going to be in a deficit. So it's all, like, you know, personable, and like, it just depends on your body weight, it depends on your gender, it depends on your age, it depends on your activity level, and all of that stuff. And yes, I do personally believe that counting calories is the fast track way to losing weight, because all that matters is that you're in a deficit. But there are certain things for certain people that might help them in certain parts of their life, and where it meets people where they are. So if people need a coach and they need Herbalife or whatever it is to meet them where they are, then so be it. And don't shame them for doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know this has probably been like left and right, left and right, left and right. Just speaking my mind and how I feel, and that's that. So I'm gonna close this video, you know, focus on yourself. I think we all should share what we're doing and share what's working for us, because you never know what works for you might work for somebody else. And I think that we all just need to focus on ourselves and focus on what's gonna work for us. And when it comes down to it, we know what will work for us. Also, when it comes down to it, the only way to lose weight is to be in a deficit. You don't have to do Herbalife. You don't have to do low carb. You don't have to do Nutrisystem. You don't have to do Weight Watchers. You just need to be in a deficit. But that being said, some of those programs might make it easier when you start out to lose your weight and to be in a deficit. That's all I'm going to say, guys. Thank you for watching. If you watched this whole video, I love you. Subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and leave me a comment below on how you feel about bad diets.